So I just got back from a networking event, and I was thinking the entire time the negative impact that social media's had on our social life. So, welcome to ep7 of the Professional Fangirl. So, I'm a self proclaimed introvert. And as an introvert, I actually really hate networking events, which is awful to say in my line of work because you produce and you have to meet people. I know so many people who are extroverts and they don't understand my way of thinking. It's sort of like being around that many people just drains me, while other people, being around that many people, is just like an exciting new adventure for them. It's great, but for me, I'm just like, oh my god, too many people, and I don't know what to talk about. It's stressful. But as an introvert, social media in those settings are a crutch. So you guys know me. I love social media. I mean, every single fucking vlog has been about social media, but it's just so bad on your professional life when you have to rely on social media to like sort of get away from the moment. So I recently quit Twitter and I quasi quit Tumblr. I still have my professional Twitter, but my personal Twitter has been deleted. I remember during college, a lot of my friends would deactivate their Facebooks whenever it was time for finals or midterms or whatever. It would just help them focus more when they didn't have those distractions. It's the same when you have to network. You kind of have to delete yourself from social media. You have to step away from social media. You have to step away from all that to actually socialize, which is ridiculous. I feel like I've met more people because I didn't have my Twitter. Normally, I would look at my phone if I felt awkward and just start tweeting about how awkward I felt. But because I didn't have the crutch of having to tweet my awkwardness, I didn't feel as awkward, which is totally mind game. It's all psychological rather than you actually are in an awkward situation. Not posting on Twitter also helped me like scope out the room and actually look at people and look how people were interacting. Oh, that's awkward. And like for an introvert, I needed to get away sometimes. So there were like times when I sat down and just people watched, which is not that bad. But social media has a lot of negative impacts on the way we function today. When you're waiting in line for, say, like the groceries, you tweet or you look at your Facebook or whatever. And that's fine because you're like trying to just spend time doing something rather than just standing there and waiting. One of my professors, when I was doing graduate school, always told me about how she liked to talk to people on the bus. She thought that we were like zombies on the bus because we don't socialize whatsoever. We're always staring at our phones. We're always staring at our MP3 players, whatever, because we need to get away rather than interact with the other humans in the world. I guess what I'm saying is that social media makes you less social. Yes, you can socialize on social media, obviously, because I've made so many friends on social media and we collaborate. And I say that all the time because I think it's a great way to socialize, especially for introverts who have a hard time in person talking to people and networking. The internet has become a great place to do that. But when it's the only place you do that and interaction in this physical realm is a difficult thing, it's negative. Well, my roommate just got home, so now there's going to be a little bit of noise in the background. But anyway, I told him about this situation, and he challenged me to a week of no internet, which is weird because I can't do that if I'm working because I need the internet. And I would love to disconnect and just take a week off from the internet, but that would also mean I'm not working, which means that I would need a vacation from work, but that's all not part of the discussion. So I guess I'll end this discussion a little early in lieu of the situation. But I guess some closing statements on the matter is that being off of social media is a little bit freeing, I guess. For one, you don't need to constantly update what you're doing, which is totally freeing because it's like suddenly social media has become my clingy boyfriend. Social media is not a relationship, but at the same time, kind of is. You kind of need to constantly be on it. As a professional, you need to always entice some sort of audience. As a human being, as an individual, you don't want to be doing that. And while that is totally the opposite of what I do, because I'm all about the internet and I'm all about social media, it's sometimes necessary. Life is not supposed to be lived on the internet, which goes against everything I believe in. Take it one step at a time, introverts especially. Just go out and people watch. Go out with a camera and take pictures of everything. It's okay to be alone, but you isolate yourself in that aloneness when you have a phone, when you have social media on you at all times. Go out and sit at the park by yourself. Go out and enjoy a day by yourself. Or if you're like me and you are leading some sort of professional life where you have to network, go out to a networking event without your phone. Maybe not without your phone because there might be some sort of emergency, but without Twitter, without Tumblr, without Instagram, even without Facebook. Just try a day to socialize without the need for social media. So yeah, that's the end of my rant. Next week, I will be talking about the production of Dashboard. We are currently in production for Dashboard, so I'll have some behind the scenes footage and everything. If you want to see more of the Professional Fangirl, click up here. If you want to subscribe, which you totally should subscribe, click there. And don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow me on Twitter at cha_apostle. And I know I just told you guys basically to not be on social media, but thanks for joining me on this social media platform and for, letting me guide you through all the social media things. All right, see you next time.